Welcome back guys. In today's video, we're going to talk about how to start and end the conversation and many more. So, it is not questioned that face-to-face conversation of our colleagues, relations, and friends will always be preferable for many interactions such as family occasions, work meetings, and simply partying. However, there will be always times that it is not possible for us to be physically present much as we wanted to be. Now, we are going to compare of how the experience being at the meeting using telepresence robot and a telepresence video conferencing system. So the experience at the meeting using telepresence robot is that you can be at the meeting anywhere in the world when you are not actually being there. So it moves around the room, for example, and have face-to-face interactions. It's just like the face-to-face conversation. Whereas the telepresence video conferencing system involves several groups of people at a remotely separate room. So the experience for this is that while the participants are focused on their discussion, the system technology automatically presents the speaker nearer. The camera is focused on that person wherever they are in the room. It's just like the participants are at the other side of the room. Now let's go to the next part. How do we start and end a conversation talking on the phone? So we start a conversation talking someone on the phone by introducing ourselves. For example, hello, this is Annalyn Tusi, to let the caller know who we are. And if in case you answer the phone and the caller doesn't give his name, you will say, may I ask who's calling please? This will help us to be confident talking someone on the phone that we don't know. We must always be polite talking on the phone so that the caller will feel comfortable too. We can use may or could. For example, may I talk to Ryan please? Or if you are calling a travel agency, you can say, could I talk to someone and a booking ticket please? To end the conversation on the phone, we must always thank the caller and let her know that we appreciate the information given or whatever business they have to you. Offer help and suggestions in the future. Let them know how to contact you. And lastly, say goodbye, but let the caller hang up first. So, how do we start and end chatting online? When chatting online, we should always start small by saying, hello, how are you? They will likely to respond of how they are. And in the same way, they will ask you the same question. Of course, you must prepare to answer that question. Much better if you mention the things a bit interesting about you, but not the gospel talk or attitude. This response is better rather than saying I'm good, because anyone can be good. Then mention the things that are interesting about her. This makes the conversation productive in a way that you exchange ideas on your individual interests. To end the conversation online, you must know that it's truly over. Don't force to stop or try to end the conversation because some people may change the topic. So go with the flow unless you have something to do for that specific time. Next, you are going to look for clues that the conversation must end like she is no longer responding. What takes it long, right? So the conversation now is bored. We should say something along the lines, it was nice talking to you. Then tell her how you meet and talk again soon. If you are just bored talking to her, just tell her that you have an appointment. Then say, I have to go. Bye. If the person say the same, bid farewell one last time. This is the time that you have to wait for the reply or to leave. considering that they reply fast. So, how do people repair breakdowns in conversation when using a phone or email? In this situation, when using a phone, the speaker will repeat with emphasis. This time, he uses stronger voice, harder intonation, and more exaggerate gestures. And also, he uses capital letters. For example, the recipient will ask, "This one?" So the speaker will say, "No, I mean that one." The speaker also uses signals and tokens, like, "Huh? What?" When using an email, the sender should resend the email immediately. Check or repair the internet connection. Make sure that the sender highlighted the second email the important points. Or the sender will send email to other emails address to check whether the recipient's email address is still active that time. So during breakdowns and conversations, there are times that we ourselves know that we misunderstood that person. So we must accept it and make sure to resolve it immediately. Lastly, we must keep patient so that the conversation will not get worse. Next, how do you represent yourself online? What image do you use? Nowadays, social media have brought about significant changes in the way people keep in touch and manage their lives. There are a lot of applications wherein we can post ourselves, maybe through Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and many more. In my case, I use Facebook to share what I'm interested in and connect with family and friends. We are all humans. We want to socialize. So first, we must fill out the online personal information. Surely, a lot of people will look for us online, especially if we are applying for a job. This is another way of the employers evaluating their applicants. Second, we post a picture of us with our family having fun together. For example, going to a place to relax or eating dinner together. In my case, I use my real name and my picture for searching easy. Lastly, we should remain being nice online, and it is important to avoid rude and being offensive when posting or giving comments to a post. What are the most retweeted selfie to be? Why do we send so many selfies? The most retweeted selfies are the selfies of a well-known TV personality, the national and international government officials, especially the United States, the famous basketball players. They have a lot of fans that are loyal to them. So they retweet the selfies of their idols so that the other will get updated too. Other people retweet the post of a giveaway. For example, a rich person will tweet his selfie and says he is giving $1,000,000 to make our lives happier. To apply, we must follow him and retweet his post. Well, anyone needs money, so immediately a lot of people will retweet his post, thus earning a lot of retweets. We send so many selfies to express our creativity or self-expression. A selfie is a self-portrait photograph typically taken by a digital camera or a smartphone, which may be held by hand or a selfie stick. Sending so many selfies is a way of interpersonal communication where a person conveys an image about him or herself to another individual. Self-presentation also enables a person to influence and manage the perception of ourselves by others. What do you think will happen if one person in a close-knit team does not see or heard something or misunderstands what has been said, while others in a group assume that this person has seen, heard, or understood what has been said? It is obvious when you notice someone who is not acted in a manner expected. So the other team members would give signals like clearing of the throat or pretend to cough. It is better if the team members has a good relationship so that the problem could easily addressed and fixed immediately. If someone misunderstands what has been heard, this could create conflict. It can damage relationships if not handled quickly. In our life, we interact with other people to gain friends and build social life physically, mentally, and emotionally. There are a lot of ways to connect with our friends and loved ones. It is important that you know the techniques and conversation so that no one will be offended. Thank you guys for taking time watching this video. I hope this helped you a lot, especially the techniques of a good conversation. Please like, subscribe, and share it to your friends. I'll see you in the next video.